Welcome everybody to this third CHAMP webinar on the Traxon Global Customs technology refresh and the new graphical user interface. Good morning, evening or afternoon. My name is Bart-Jan Haasbeek. I am based in Amsterdam and I am CHAMP's Events and Engagement Manager. Today we will discuss the TGC UX refresh. And although this is the third time we do this session, I am still quite excited of what is to come. We will be outlining the technology and further explain the benefit of the new graphical interface. The objective is to explain that we will be migrating the service and be aware that after the webinar, your input is needed. We created this simple approach and organized these webinars and appreciate you took the time to attend one of these 3 sessions. Before we move on, let me address a few housekeeping items. The duration of the webinar is about 30 minutes. It will be around 20 minutes actually. We present you some data which is all fictitious, and the audience is purely existing customers, existing TGC users. Recording of the webinar will be sent to you automatically via email, and you are now also, it's possible to download the videos we're going to show you and also the slide pack of the presentation. You can download from the tool as we speak. If you have any questions, please address them using the tool, the webinar tool. We will answer them hopefully if we have time after the webinar online. And if it's too detailed, we will get back to you personally via email. And if you are interested to learn more, please reach out to us and we will set up an exclusive call with you. So we will be discussing what is happening and why. When, very important, what is needed, the high-level timeline, and also how you can change what you could learn and how to do that. And CHAMP Academy has created a course which will be presented to you also today. And the rest of the rollout, and then finally the summary, and again there's room for questions. Please let me introduce our 3 panelists today. From the CHAMP head office in Luxembourg, we have Laurence Levesque, Product Manager, Customs and Security, and from Amsterdam, Sabine Suhawardi, a training manager for CHAMP Academy. And based in London, Lochmar Mackay, Project Manager for the TGC UX refresh. So what is happening and why? Let's move to Lochmar. Lochmar, could you please further explain this?
Sorry, that's Laurence, it's you. Yeah.
Yes. No, it's okay. No problem. Thanks, Bart-Jan, and welcome to everyone. Good afternoon for some of you and good morning from the others. Let me effectively explain what this project is about, what is happening and how it will be happening in much more detail. So, what is this project about? This project is about technology refresh project for Traxon Global Customs. Some of you might know Traxon Global Customs is some sort of old application. It was created in 2010, and it was at that time to address the requirement of EU ICS. Since then, we have developed a lot of country on Traxon Global Customs, and it was an expansion on adding the coverage. What we are looking at here, it's a change in the graphical user interface, and it's quite important to outline this. We are changing the screen layout, so you are currently used to the top of the screen here that you can see on this slide, the blue screen, and you will get some new screen like an example here. for the airwheel screen, for example. What is important to understand is there are no change in core function, no change in validation. Traxon Global Custom will still work the same, only the graphical user interface will be different for you. Why are we doing this and why are we doing it now? Basically, Chambers started to do some to adapt new technology like VOCP platform and develop new application like Quote, and some of you might know as well Traxon Global Security, which is also with the same layout and on the new platform. So it was also the time to bring Traxon Global Custom to this new environment and start the first part of the project by looking at and tackling the screen. So what will be the key benefit for you? You will have a new state-of-art technology. You will be benefiting from the new graphical user interface, latest practice. For the one who are using Traxon Global Security, you will have the same layout. And you will have the single sign-on to the two applications. So basically you sign in and you access the two applications, Traxon Global Security and Traxon Global Custom, for the one, of course, who have Traxon Global Security. There is no need for this project for you to have Traxon Global Security, but if you have it already, then you have one signing to do and you access the two applications. What it will also enable you with moving on the new layout is in the future, we will have a possibility to connect TGC as well as TGS with using API. So that will be easier. And just for you to know, future harmonization of our product, Champ product, will take the same direction. And last point, it also, why are we doing it? It's also addressing the end of Adobe Flash Player at the end of 2020. So now let's look at the time frame for this project. It will be rolled out between February and April, and we are starting now to engage with you to explain the detail of this project. So to help you to be prepared gradually to this. What are the key driver for this new user interface? So you will have a cleaner screen, more clear screen, more user-friendly with the latest technology. As said, it will be the same layout between Traxon Global Security and Traxon Global Custom. It's improved the productivity for your user and yourself because it's the latest technology. We have also worked with our team internally, the implementation team, the training team as well, to simplify, optimize the menu, make it more intuitive. We condense it because one of the comments we received from the implementation team or from our customer was the menu is too long. Sometimes the user have difficulty to find out where is located a specific function. So here we will have a simplified menu on the key function, being the airwheel, the house airwheel, the flight. So really limited in number of sub item. And we will also have key and cleaner screen, as I mentioned, and you can have a view on the screen here as well. We believe from the experience we had with our customer who adopt Traxon Global Security to address the Plaki filing. So we have today more than 30 customers. they adopt really quickly the new screen, the new application, and it was easy for them to work with. So we believe on this basis that it will be exactly the same thing with TGC. And just to finish on this point before we go in further more detail, this initiative is also the technical foundation for functional evolution in the future and improved ergonomic. Let's look now at the way we will transfer the knowledge of the new screen. And let's look at one of the quick reference documents that we will be doing. Here you have an example of one function which is creating an airwaybill into TGC. You will have it for the house airwaybill. You will have it for the flight, the search screen, manifest screen, ops flight. So every key function in TGC will have this quick reference guide that can be distributed to your user, and they can see how they are accessing the function today and the screen, corresponding screen out of it, and how they will have to access it into in the future, and how to navigate within the screen. One of the priority for us, as I mentioned before, was to simplify the screen in a way, make the most important information on the top, so that it's easier for your user, the most common information you are using in your reporting, to get things done quickly. And you will still find the same validation you have today, meaning if there is an errors in the entry, it will be flagged in red. The mandatory data, you will have a star indicating that it's a mandatory field. And we have done a lot of this improvement. For example, the flight schedule, when users are entering it today, they sometimes forgot to mention if it's UTC time, local time. In the future, in the entry of the flight schedule, it would be mandatory to mention or to indicate if it's local time or UTC time, so we don't have confusion in the operation later on. So it's just few information on what is coming. And let me ask my colleague Sabine now to explain you how we will facilitate the transition for you and how we are preparing with our team the knowledge transfer. What are the support tools we will be using, how long it will take, and what will be the channel of communication for this one.
Okay, thank you, Laurence. Quite interesting. So it's an improvement on the UX and also a future improvement on the application itself. Sabine, over to you.
Hi, Bart-Jan.
Yes, hi.
Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you, Laurence, for the introduction. Yes, indeed, it looks very exciting. We've been working with the system for a while now, and it looks indeed very, very user-friendly and easy to navigate. We're very excited to show what we have already. For this webinar, we actually created a short video to get you warm. So let's check this one out first. Thank you for your attention. As Barjan already mentioned, the video is attached in the webinar handout section, so please feel free to download this video and review it with your team. As you might know already, Champ Academy has provided e-learning courses in the past for various Champ products such as TGC, TGS, and CargoSpot. We have now prepared an interactive TGC migration course to facilitate a smooth transition for this migration. This e-learning course will be available for customers that will be migrating to the new TGC user interface that Laurence just presented in her slides. This compact but yet comprehensive course is designed for end users and will take maximum 1 hour to complete. The objective of this training is to get the learner familiarized with the new TGC features to perform their daily tasks, such as navigating through flights and shipments to review the custom status. One of my favorite ones is the manifest screen, which is nicely enhanced, and you will also be able to see that in one of our quick reference guides. The training highlights the main enhancements developed, complemented with bite-sized videos. The one that you just saw, for example, is one of them, and practice simulations. Besides that, Laurence already mentioned, we have created small, quick reference guides that will guide the end user through the new enhancements, as I can say. The course will be free of charge for migrating customers, such as yourself, and will be available on the Champ Academy website in the coming weeks. We've been using the system for e-learning development, and we're really excited to show off what we have done so far. So meanwhile, if you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us on the email, which is also shown on the slide right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Sabine. Very interesting. Beautiful videos as well. We will see one in a few minutes again. Let's move over to Lochmar. Lochmar, could you explain a bit how the migration will work and what is the high-level timeline?
Thanks, Barjan, for the introduction. Yes, so we've sort of looked at taking a phased approach, rolling the changes out, starting in February through to April. So we've got a couple of batches running in groups of customers for February, March, and April to bridge the gap with the end of Flash Player at the end of December. We've got a CITRIX solution that we're currently rolling out to all users, and that will be in place throughout the rollout period of the changes until the end of April. And then also what we have is, as Sabine mentioned before, we've got the Academy that will support all the changes throughout the period, and it will be available from January through to April for all users to access. And we also have got a communication plan in place to keep all the customers and users up to date with as the project progresses.
Okay, perfect. Let's go to the CITRIX rollout.
Yeah, I think we're just going to show you a short video to start. Show you how you'll be able to access CITRIX.
CITRIX Workspace Login. Navigate to the CITRIX Workspace website. Please enter the credentials provided by Champ in the corresponding fields. Click the Log On button. Click the TGC Prod app to log into the production environment. Enter your username, password, and customer code in the corresponding fields. Click the Sign On button. You now have access to the TGC platform. If you have any questions, please contact TGC UX@champ.aero.
Thanks, Bart-Jan. So what CITRIX gives us is it gives us a simplicity of use to access TGC. It allows business continuity through this change period early next year, and it allows sufficient time for a smooth migration, and it also just bridges gap with Adobe Flash. And as mentioned, CITRIX can be accessed via the HTML browser. Next slide. So in terms of the rollout, as we've mentioned earlier, we've got the CITRIX rollout between the 9th of November and the 18th of December. I think the key milestone here is for all customers to provide us their CITRIX, their user details for CITRIX access by the 20th of November, so that we can create the accounts and actually get those details back to all the users in time.
Yeah, the 20th of November, this was the date where I mentioned that action is required of the audience after the webinar, and this has to do with this. Let's look at these 3 simple steps.
Yeah, so we've taken a three-step approach. We need all the clients to provide us with the user's first name, last name, and email address. By the 20th, we will then create the CITRIX accounts and email those details through to all the TGC users. They will then be able to access their CITRIX credentials and so move on to TGC and use it as they do today.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Lochmar.
Thank you.
Now let's go to the summary, and then we will also address the questions you may raise. Please feel free to use the tool. There are already some questions coming in, but there's room for more. Lochmar, could you explain how the audience can help?
Yeah, I think the important thing here is to take the communication that you have from the webinar and share that with the relevant people within your organization that need to also familiarize themselves with what the changes are. If you have any key contact people managing TGC users, please forward those contact details through to the email below so that we can be in contact with those people. And as to reiterate, it's important that we get those user details by the 20th November so we can create their accounts. And yeah, we will have some future webinars in the future, and please share those invites to the relevant colleagues within your organization, and any communication, use the email address below with regards to the project.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Lochmar.
Thank you.
There are some questions that come in. Let's address a few. The first one is, will you be sharing this presentation? Yes, you can download the presentation as we speak from the tool as a handout. So if you go to the webinar software you're using at the moment, it should be there. And the person who asked this, we will send it to you also separately. The first question is, I think, Sabine, you did address it. When will e-learning be available in Academy?
Yeah, sure, I can mention that. It will be available on the Champ Academy website a couple of weeks before the rollout, and if required, we can obviously also launch it earlier.
Okay, thank you. Next question, will users need to install CITRIX on their PC?
No, they should. I think we showed in the video. They'll be able to go to. We will send them a link. They will be able to put that into the existing browser, and they can then access CITRIX via the browser.
Yes. Okay. Then will CHAMP allow generic users login IDs? Yeah, there's more, but this is the main question. Will CHAMP allow generic user login IDs?
I think with CITRIX you need a unique email address, so you can't really have a generic email address. That's my understanding from a CITRIX point of view and a product point of view.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, let's also address this separately to the individual asking this. What if we connect from CargoSpot directly? Users do not log in into TGC individually. Do we need CITRIX then?
Yes, correct. CITRIX will be needed in the transition phase, but just to maybe we didn't restate it. We will have, and we are working on the direct access between CargoSpot and TGC. So this will be available in the near future.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. There was somebody who just mentioned that they sent some questions to us yesterday. That's correct.
Yes.
We will get back to you on these, because most of these questions are about the system itself and not the UX refresh interface and the transformation we're making. But let me just address one. Will we be able to view the old records with custom confirmation? Today we get confirmation by email, but if we have also this available in TGC, we can view directly in it, for example.
Yeah, I mentioned it at the beginning. There is no change in how TGC is working, Traxon Global Customs is working. The functionality remains the same. So what is today will be tomorrow. And effectively, some of the questions you just mentioned, some of them are related to the project effectively, and will be part of our frequent asked question template that the customer can look at. And we will give indication on this shortly. And some of the questions received from yesterday were more procedures questions, which are not linked at all with the project, and they will be also, of course, responded. So we will provide an answer to these questions. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So we will do that. We will get back to you on the 6 questions you raised separately. Very good question now. How do we register to CHAMP Academy, Sabine?
You will soon receive more information on how, as you as an existing customer, can access the Academy or register. But if you're interested already, please do go to our website. It's mentioned on the slide, the internet address for it, and then you can already view a couple of our demos available and contact us for further details or course demos.
Okay, thank you. Can one access via Android mobile device?
The course or TGC?
No, sorry, no, not the course. Sorry, Sabine. No, this is.
Which is possible, by the way.
That's for Laurence.
It's possible via tablet, for the training, the e-learning.
Yes.
Yeah. I will take this question with me and respond on this one with more detail.
Okay.
If you agree.
Yes. Then I think this ties into a previous question. Can you register several emails for the same user ID? I think, Lochmar, you addressed this.
Yes, I have. You do need a unique user email address per CITRIX account. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let's do one more question, and the rest we will get back to separately, because these are related to the rollout. And so when will I find out in which migration group we are?
We will, in the next few weeks, we will be in contact with the customers and let you know which group you're in. And that will be part of the communication that will go out for the rollout next year. So we will be in touch and keep you up to date with regards to which group you're in for next year.
Yeah, and then it ties in this question: can we choose our group?
I think what we will do is we'll probably look at it on a case by case basis. We'll try and keep people within the same group, but there might be cases where we might have to move people. But ideally, we're going to try and keep people in the same group for now.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, let's leave it like this. But first, we of course need the action item on the CITRIX before 20th of November. Is there anything else you would like to comment, Lochmar?
No, I think that the main thing is to get those user details through to us so that we can get the accounts created and get that back to your users. I think that's a key point that we need to focus on over the next week.
Okay, thank you very much, Lochmar, Sabine, Laurence, and thank you, audience, for attending this webinar.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for attending. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.